Hello, I'm Lisa. I'm the owner of Lollipop Box Club and I also design for the Cocoa Daisy Scrapbooking Club. I am going to go through the process of a scrapbooking layout with you today. I've kind of got everything ready. I like to work with a bit of a colour combo in mind. So I've taken some pieces of my Cocoa Daisy kit and I've also just put together around me some pieces of mixed media that will go nicely with my colours. I like to have things around me so that they're kind of to hand, and I find it quite inspiring, to be honest, as well. I've got some embroidery floss here as well. So let's get started. Let's move all this to one side. I've already prepared my base. I've started with a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock that came with the kit, and I've also trimmed down a piece of white card that was mine. I just like to take a couple of centimetres off two sides so that then it can fit nicely in the centre. I've taken some of the pattern paper from the kit. This is the May kit, by the way, Marrakesh, and I've trimmed down some of the paper to go in the centre. And I've also taken some of the journal cards. I really love the journal cards. These come with the Day in the Life kit. There's lots in there to choose from, and to be honest, I rarely use them for my Day in the Life, my project life projects. I tend to use them for scrapbooking or card making. So the idea behind this particular layout today, I've decided to make a little mini book to go inside. I've got a few photographs that I'm wanting to scrapbook. I've already cut them down to size. I don't like my pages, I say I don't like my pages to look cluttered, but to be honest they end up looking that way anyway, despite me not really wanting to head in that direction. So I've got an idea of where the page is going, so let's get started. Let's move all these pieces out of the way. I'm going to start by sticking down the white cardstock in the centre. I never use full amounts of tape. I just use a couple of bits here and there. One, it saves on tape, and two, I'm really good at changing my mind part way through. So if it's not completely stuck down, it just means that I can be quite flexible and take it back up again and move it, which suits me really well. So let's stick that down. I really like this paper here with the little words on. I can't remember where it was from. I'm really sorry. I just know it comes with the May kit. Let's pop that into the centre. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to be using these cards here. So that's going to be like that, but I want to use a little bit of paint as well. I am going to use, I think, both of those. So what I'm going to do, I want to make sure I can see it both sides. So let's grab a pencil and then I'm just going to mark off so I know how far to go out. And those pencil marks will be covered in paint, so there's no worries about that. I've just realised that I haven't got my credit card piece. Ah, here it is. Yes, I have. I like to use old cards to apply my paint with. This one's an old Lego card from the Lego store. There we go. And then just smear it across. I try not to do it too thick because it just takes longer to dry then. No point in putting loads in the centre because that's going to be covered up by photos and bits and pieces like that. It's mainly just the sides. Just do a little bit down there. There we go. I like that. Where's my lid gone? Oh, there it is. And then let's put a little bit of the darker colour. I love aquas and teals and blues. It's my favourite colour, and I tend to find that it just pops up all over the place in my scrapbooking projects, in the house. I'm wearing this colour cardigan today, just appears everywhere. I just seem to be completely drawn to it. I look a bit cat-handed doing that, don't I? There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's keep it all sideways actually. I like it sometimes when there's hardly any paint left, and just to do a couple of bits like that. There. I am off to dry this now. I love my heat gun. I can't believe I went years without buying one, and now I've had one for a few years and I couldn't live without it. So my paint's nice and dry now. I have taken a Crafters Workshop stencil. I like this one. As you can see, I'm not a big believer in cleaning my stencils. I quite like to leave them as they are. I have some modelling paste here, which I love, and I am going to just push this through a little bit. Whoops, that moved. I'm not a perfectionist at all when it comes to doing things like this. I just tend to go for it. Right, let's do that. Let's have one up there. Again, it's no point doing this in the middle as the photos are going to cover it anyway. I've just realised I was about to use the yellow paint, but as it's yellow on there already, I used some Pan's Pastels a previous time, and it's coming through yellow. Yay! I am so happy about that. That's worked out really well. Let's have a few more over here to balance. How's that? Another one up here. Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm happy with that. I am going to need to dry that off now. Let's pop that to one side. So the modelling paste is now dry. It dries as a really nice raised texture. I really like this. The stencils could be flowers, but for me today they are sunshines. I just wanted to say as well, because I had used pastels on this previously, although I'm not a perfectionist at all when it comes to scrapbooking, there are a few little marks here and there. So the great thing is with pastels, they rub off. So that will do nicely. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to start sticking some bits and pieces in place now. I'm going to stick this hello sign on the top. I quite like that. Should we have it there? No, let's pop it there. That's good. Hello. And let's get the day in the life cards. They're double-sided, by the way, which I like as well because it gives you a couple of options. So let's see how equal we can get them. Yep, pop those on there. Now I'm going to start my mini book. I'd already cut this strip. I quite like the stars, the colours obviously match, so I've cut this strip already and I folded it to fit my very back photo. I'm scrapbooking some photos of our plane journey that we recently took. We took a road trip in the States and started the journey in New York. Again, just using a bit of tape, so if I do want to reposition it, it's absolutely fine. So this is the start of my mini book. There's my first photograph. And then I'm also going to pop some other photos. Let's have our dinner that was on the plane. I always like to print my own photos off. These are just printed on the PC. It gives me then complete flexibility of the size that I want to print. And I also like to print my photos with a nice white border around. I just think it makes them look really clean, and doesn't kind of then, sometimes they can just disappear into the background, but I don't feel that's the case when they've got the nice white border. So then we're going to put another photo there. I like that. This was the view that we could see from the plane of the skyrise as we were landing. I was showing my 14-year-old son, trying to get him to notice it, because there was a baby screaming whilst we were landing and somebody being violently sick, so I was trying to occupy him so that he wouldn't notice. So we were really concentrating on that skyline, and it seemed to do the trick. Let's cut that. I quite like the fact that there's some little circles, so you can line it up nicely. There we go. I have a mini book. There's us on the plane, and that opens out. And then what I might do is journal around the outside. I really liked this photo. It was on the screen in front of us on the plane. We could see, because we were going on a road trip, we could see where we were coming in, and then our whole road trip doing Washington DC, driving through Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, and then finishing the trip in Indiana where my dad lives. So that's obviously going to keep popping open. So I am going to make a little tag to keep that closed. Just trim that off. Let's see if that will work. Yes, it will. Let's get some sticky pads. I'm going to need a few of these, I think, just to build the height up. I think this is going to work out nicely. I might trim that down actually to make it slightly shorter. Do I need it? No, actually, I think that's going to work out really well. There we go. Still a little taller. I'm hoping this will work. In my head it's a great idea, but sometimes in your head and on paper are two completely different things. Yes, that's worked. Quite pleased with that. Excellent, let's move that away. Okay, so I also just spotted on the paper here, I think this "You Will Go Far" sign is quite apt. Let's cut that out. This is the Shimelle Starshine paper from the kit. It might have been part of the paper add-on. I love things like this. I really enjoy cutting out bits and pieces and adding bits. I don't usually have a plan when I scrapbook. I kind of just go for it. So this kind of really works well for me. Should we have that there or there? I think at the top there. Yes, that's what we shall do. I'm going to use another one of those sticky pads actually. I like those. Let's pop that on here. And then I also have this here today. Yeah, let's have that there. And then it's just a case of adding bits and pieces, which I love doing. Like I said, got some pieces here from the kit. Do we need any of this? Don't know. No, I'm not sure if we do actually. I might leave those. I don't like adding things for the sake of it. Got some other bits and pieces here as well that are also from the kit. Do we need a balloon? No. Some cute little phrases. No, too big. Oh, there's an arrow. No. No, actually, I'm not fussed with anything in there either. Let's leave those. Okay, oh, this was the other thing I wanted to do. I was going to see if I can use this. I'm going to cut out the "and." So I've taken the little, or a couple more of the day in the life cards, and I've just cut out some bits and pieces. I've cut out the ampersand from there, and I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to use some more of the sticky foam pads. I like using these. I like that you add a bit of extra height to the layout. Let's pop that on there. Might move that back slightly actually. Yeah, that's better. And I've got a couple of clouds that I cut from this piece here. Put those to one side. I am going to have one that goes higher than the other. So let's have that one there. And that's going to go underneath. I'm going to layer these up. So I had to, actually, should we have them like that? You can see there's flat bits there where I cut them out from the card. So that's why there's a couple of little pieces missing. So if I do that, that looks like it's been done on purpose then, and I'll need to figure out something for that eventually. I'm sure I can find something to go there. I've got these here as well that came with, I'm not sure if they were an add-on or if they were part of the Day in the Life kit. I am going to use the stickers. This is also from the Shimelle Starshine collection. I really love this collection. It's so colourful. Just the kind of thing I like. I'm a very colourful scrapbooker. This is bothering me. I'm going to tuck that under, I think. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, us. That's cool. I'm happy with that. Okay. Next, I've got some of this card here. This is also from the Shimelle Starshine range, and I'm going to use a border punch. I haven't used my punches in goodness knows how long. To be honest, I forget I have them, but I figured I would use this one today. Like I said, I haven't used them for a very long time, so I've got them out the basket. I have no idea how much I need. Let's do one more just in case. Okay, thank you, that's done. So I've got my strip here, nice and thin, and I can, because I only ever tape the centres, it gives me a lot more flexibility then. So I can move things around. Let's see, that needs to be there. I kind of want this equal. So let's do that there. A little bit of tape on the back again. I don't use too much tape at all, as you can see. And that will slide nicely underneath, like that. And then I can just trim this little bit of excess off here. There, I don't want too much showing. There, I like that. I'm happy with that. I thought of something else. Oh yes, I was going to use these. These are each kit comes with exclusive Cocoa Daisy papers, and this particular one is from the Day in the Life kit. There, that's why it's only the 6x6 size, but in the main kit you also get the larger 12x12 size. I'm going to cut these out and use these arrows. You know, I said a moment ago about needing something to cover up. That is going to go there. There's always one way of covering bits and pieces up. Let's have a look. Yep, do we have that hanging over or not? I think we'll keep it. I can't decide. Yeah, let's do it like that. That's fine. So I've been busy cutting out these little chevrons, and I'm going to stick them on the layout now and pop them in place. I'm going to have one there. I do quite like having a bit of balance when I create layouts, so if I've got, like here I've got two. Oh, I did have two. Where's the other one gone? That's obviously come off. So let's stick that. Had I not stuck it down? So let's have two there, and then we'll have two on the other side as well. I like that. I like the colour combo here. It's working well for me. I like to have a bit of a combo with a nice contrast, and I'm going to put that one there. Okay, I'm happy with that. I have these lovely sparkly thickers. They're foam, and I'm going to use these to do NYC. Should I have them over, or I could have them up there actually. NYC. Let's have a look. As long as I don't stick them down completely. I quite like that actually. NYC up there, because then I've got You Will Go Far and NYC Today. That works on both levels, doesn't it? I kind of need something over there. I'm not quite sure yet. Actually, I know what I could do. I'm going to take this rubber stamp. This is one from the Day in the Life kit from Cocoa Daisy. There's exclusive stamps every month. And I'm going to stamp. I did a blog post about this for Cocoa Daisy just this week actually, about using just a little bit of paint. Let's see how well that works. And let's pop that there. Fingers crossed. Yes, I like that. Might do another couple of those actually. I love how with the paint it really stands out. I sometimes find with ink it's not quite as strong as I would like. Just being careful with that paint. I love the Kaiser colour paints, but they tend to be so full, and a lot of the time they end up coming out all over the desk. Let's see how this works. Yep. Do I need another one there? No, I don't think so. No, I'm just going to leave it. Or I could have one at an angle. No. Sometimes less is more. So I'm just going to use those two. That's great. So I've got my title. I haven't decided about my journaling yet. Could journal there. I was going to use this tissue paper as well. It came with a kit. I can't remember which kit it came with, but it would match quite nicely. I don't know. Or should I have a little bit there? Let's see. Let's cut a little bit off and see how that looks. I haven't decided this yet. Let's take this off and slide this underneath. See what I mean again about being able to move bits and pieces. So we could have this under here, kind of ruffled a little bit. I'm still not sure. Let's trim this down a little bit. It's a good job I'm not a perfectionist when I scrapbook, isn't it? Let's slide that under. I just really like these triangles. Still can't decide if I like that or not. Yes or no? Yes for the time being. I can always remove it. So we had that one there. Yeah, I think I like it. I'm going to leave it there. And that one there. And I'm just going to put some paint, some glue underneath just to secure it a little. I like using packaging. There we go. There. I think this layout is almost done. Now, the other thing I decided I was going to do is add a little bit more yellow paint. Down here, let's see if this works. I'm being too lazy now to get the paint back out again. Yeah, that works quite nicely actually. Let's have another one up here. The joys of not cleaning your work materials. That's that. Now let's see. Let's have a couple of blobs of ink. A lot of people ask me about doing these splashes, and there really is no technique at all, as you can see. It's just drop and hope for the best. They're very unpredictable. They do take a little while to dry, so be careful when you're lifting your page. That's because they will drip. Let's have a couple of blues. Oh, got one on the anthracene as well. The amount of times I've done that over my photograph. And I think that's it. I am going to add a little bit of journaling there once these inks are dry. I've just done my journaling. I was going to do it by hand, but I've decided to print it on the PC. So I've just printed off the wording, which is the start of our American, what's that? Hashtag American History Road Trip, which is what we called it on Instagram. And then I've got the arrow going towards that. There we have it. I'm thinking about underlining that. I think I might just do that. No, that's blue. There we go. Go around the outside. Okay, I feel now something else needs to be outlined. If I start outlining, that's it. I tend to then go a little outline crazy. it. Okay, there we have it, the finished layout with the little mini book. I think I will journal in there actually, I might do that later. And it's finished.